Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we will be going over some of the best highlights from the matchup between LNG and T1 during the quarterfinals of Worlds 2023. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Zika 6, so they're going to look for an all-in.
Zeus has the ulti, but extra movement speed. We're looking away from the flank and drag. Quick flash out to safety. Instantly just going to ult for the extra movement speed. Now the damage coming through from the Gwen. Tarzan looking to follow up the flash in. Zeus still living for now, but first blood on the top side for LNG as Zika cuts him down.
He hides his positioning, but it means that Zeus had to stay around because with that cannon, it was going to be a freeze. Owner will start up the Dragon on the bot side here, though, so we'll see if LNG has anything to say about it.
Really well done there by LNG. It's using the fact that Zeus really wants to get that wave in. The adaptation from Tarzan to, instead of going back, up towards that topside gank. T1 will be able to pick up the Dragon, and I do think that the fact that Zeus still had his teleport available.
He has every 20 souls, 15 AD, 20 range, 10% crit chance. So it's going to feel good every time you hit one of those breakpoints as Carrier. T1, 3 members in the area, ready to set up. Scout on the flank, however, going to look for the shove. Is going to manage to catch only Zeus in the meantime. Baker still standing strong. Shockwave getting good damage down. T1 quick to force the fight. Zika not powerful enough to force that one through. T1 taking one and might just turn right back to the Herald.
And T1.
So the Orianna is more than 1,000 gold ahead, and the Herald's now going to get dropped.
Yeah, Herald going to come crashing down here, only going to further extend Faker's lead. As you can see on the bottom of your screen there, Scout doing what he can to just push everything back, but now they might just go in for the counter punch. Scout pulled away, forced to flash out to safety. The Herald still connects. Now Faker going to be in trouble, but again, there's no follow-up damage here. Orianna just sitting pretty. Thank you very much, Tarzan. That was terrible. And now what the hell? T1! They're living rent-free in the heads of LNG. They have a timeshare there, and they're just now cashing in.
And usually LNG feels like the communication there between Scout and Tarzan just not on the level it needs to be.
No, absolutely not. LNG are looking nervous in game 1 here. And if you can... So, having that Banshee's Veil actually has incredibly high value. Not only against the hard all-ins, but against, even just having that MR is pretty high value. So I agree, people, very, very critical of these really defensive builds, but maybe in this case it works out because you've got a lot of damage on this T1 team. Some of them earlier on, but they're just going to play the map. They're going to try to get as much gold in the pockets of their carries as possible and attempt to be ready for this soul fight, which is very likely to be game deciding because already on it, and T1 are coming, so the fight is going to be on.
Have to be careful about locking themselves in the pit. Keep your eyes on Guma if he gets to the back line. Owner now stepping forward. Dragon Soul stolen, and now it's Gumayushi looking to tear through the entire team. Goes golden right to the back line. Zeus continuing to step up, but Zeka needs to be the difference maker. Zeka needs to hold on, but there are too many members free firing into the Gwen. Zeus stands strong on the back side of the fight, taking down so many members on the side of LNG.
And Zika tries heroically, but it's not enough. The steal comes commandingly. The only carrier ends up going down.
Busan erupts as T1 claim the soul, claim the ace, and claim the Baron. And you have to think they've claimed game 1 as well.
An incredible start to this. Hook not quite going to connect there onto Owner. He could feel the wind on his backside, but T1 just barreling down the bottom lane.
And honestly, it's just been a tough one for LNG because you lost topside around these engages at Herald, around this engage in mid lane. Your bot lane in the 2v2 doesn't really stand much of a chance. You're perma pushed in. So even once this Blitzcrank got out of lane, there wasn't much recourse for him, and T1 on the push. Zeus maybe in trouble.
Zeus off to the side, but LNG has to be careful about overcommitting. Zeus still just taunting them, teasing them. Blitzcrank, can the hook come out? Cataclysm locking him in. They will connect, but he pulls it back. Apotheosis! Gumayushi ascending to godhood in that moment as LNG are torn to shreds. T1 too far ahead. They make it look effortless.
It's a clean ace for T1. Baker shockwaves the minions just to speed up the demise of LNG. The Korean fans erupt here as T1 gonna claim game number 1.
Busan will not be silenced yet. Incredible. But I feel like LNG have just been consistently on the back foot. Again, the second game they had the loss, they opted for blue side. T1, again, using this support counter pick to such great effectiveness, at least in terms of throwing off LNG plans. That said, still have to execute in game.
It's going to be so interesting because, when we...
Back to lane. Potential window here to try to capitalize on. Faker still has the flash available. The healing as well. Can he find a target? He's going to flash back under the tower. Shock blast there. Faker making it out to safety. Scout now looking to follow up the healing, now coming in, trying to find the 1-for-1, but Scout will stand strong, getting the kill on a Faker in the mid lane.
That's huge for LNG. That there's that big delay. He's going to lose likely a full wave as Faker is going to be able to bounce and push this back in. And T1 know they have full prio for this dragon here, so they're going to be able to start this up. There's no way Jace can join.
Really important that the gank works out though there, because Tarzan was like level 3 when that started off, and if that play doesn't end up working out, they fall behind very much now.
Able push back to safety here, but T1 now priority access to the second Drake of the game.
And even with Faker not hitting his skill shots, just the fact that Tarzan doesn't have his ultimate available means that LNG doesn't want to risk it, and it's going to be second Drake going over to T1 as well.
And with no cleanse on Gala, he had to use that down on bot side, the stolen Maokai ult, all of the CC available from Owner. I think Gala would have break the 2. And we'll have to see, who's going to be able to get that side lane advantage. If Zika
step forward, the combo coming through, the abduction of the Kitty Cats once again forcing out the flash. The snare will connect, but there is no follow-up there. Instead, the Herald immediately going to get dropped. T1 now looking to grab 2 plates here. Flash in though, Owner's not happy with just 2 plates. Scout now going to be in trouble, but they can't quite find the damage. Faker going forward, looking for a bit of revenge. After the first tower dive, he will find the kill on the Scout as the Herald crashes.
It's a great dive from T1. Owner, no hesitation, gets out, and they get the plates with the crash.
Hung now stepping in. The flash away, the flash to safety, the slows, big. Guma locked down, should get taken out here. Chains of Corruption going wide. He will not be able to get anything back. Crucial kill over to Gala.
And really big play there from Zika.
Onto it, won't even use it.
Gonna be the heal invested instead. T1 still gonna start this up. Zeus does have TP available, and it looks like Soul Point, 17, not even 70 minutes in, is gonna go to T1.
Yeah, the initial play looked like it was going LNG's way, but with the first TP coming through, Tarzan had to retreat. They couldn't chase in and try to finish off Zeus, and it did mean that despite the trades, back a soul is a soul, and flat move speed is always valuable.
And a downtown arrow might be enough to get Faker in here. Scout zooming out to safety just in time. Not quite enough duration on that one.
Thank you, Merc Treads.
Honestly, a crucial purchase against a team with this much upfront CC, with this much engage potential.
We're going to try to get the Scuttle and see if they can find the better angle for the engage.
Scuttle down. Gala, great guns for a fight. In terms of sustained DPS, he absolutely outclasses Guma. But if it just comes down to a poke battle, he will not come out on top. LNG forcing the issue.
Hong doesn't have a good angle to engage at all, though. Like, look where he's playing. He's almost like trying to mark Zeus, but he needs to get the backline. They're going to go.
Flash in. Owner Gala manages to make it out safety. Isolated for now. Looking for Zeus over the wall. Zeus on the backline. But Gala forced to safety. Chakrams stacked. Zeus can't find the angle, but the shutdown coming through for Faker. T1 taking the fight anyway. Gala looked good, but Gala did not matter. T1 finding the exchange.
T1, they're able to break up that core unit for LNG. There's not enough damage available, and that's going to be Soul for T1.
Zeus got so much done there for T1. The 0-0-0 Aatrox making all the difference as he comes over the side there, gets right into both the carries.
Have to be careful about grouping for the Infernum ultimate.
Owner a little bit chunked here, and Hong's looking for that angle. They're going to try to pinch Zeus.
Dragon resetting a little bit here. Both sides backing away. It's just a battle of poke. Both sides hoping to bait the other one into pressing the trigger. The charm now coming through. Will it be enough to lock down Zeus? No is the answer. Scout given to the Aatrox as tribute, and now Gala's in trouble. T1 coming alive. They see the window of opportunity. They see the weakness in the armor of LNG, and they tear it asunder. There is no room left in the fight. T1 will take everything they want in this game too. Hung, a last desperate effort, but the TP's coming mid. I mean, that's going to be game.
They're going to throw for the end. T1 put LNG in a lose-lose position to contest for this objective. Elder, just too much power to give over. But T1 patiently prodding, find the angle.
And the fervor of the fans in Busan will not force T1 to play over-aggressive. They keep their discipline, they remain composed, they close out cleanly versus LNG in Game 2 and bring us to match point, a semifinal spot on the line.
What a performance from T1 thus far. Dominance in Game 1. And for Game 2, the word that comes to mind is control. Absolutely. Can be able to answer, can be able to poke, and I feel like they have got a lot more tools in their kit.
Yeah, because LNG outside of the Orianna is playing, and even that isn't going to be that good if you don't have control of the area already. A short-range composition into Poppy, Azir, and Renata, right? Single time as Tarzan and Owner are going to meet.
Walking in face-to-face. Sustained damage, neither side has that much, but right now a lot of damage coming in for Tarzan. Owner now just going to zoom his way out to safety. That's the phase rush proccing, Buckler coming in. Both sides squaring up with the big old golem here. Flash in, wall bang, first blood! Owner living up to his name!
Scout in this one, I think. Tarzan is going to have to farm his way back in the game, and the initial burst of Sejuani early on with Permafrost and the power over W and Aftershock is insane. But once your cooldowns are used and you don't have that available, and especially if the Poppy can find an angle into the wall, you're not going to be able to withstand the initial burst.
Absolutely, and I just think Owner plays it out so incredibly well. Drops the hammer on him.
Oh, dang.
But damn, that was just so...
On this roster, Zeus
stepping in, lots of damage. Zika now forced to flash out to safety. Zeus holding on for now. Hex Flash coming in, Poppy going to try and save the day. Buckler goes in, a little bit of a slow going through. Zeus needs to be careful here, can't walk too far forward, but Owner just continuing to harass the E.
6, and if he stays up trading there, he's going to get scooped back, and he's likely going to be dead. So T1 going to use the mid prio, come down towards the Dragon. It's still a big CS advantage for Scout. We haven't really gotten to watch that, but Scout doing a really good job, by far his best performance in the 1v1 throughout this series.
And this is the man that was the MVP, right, of Summer, was able to carry this team, I think, when the rest of the players weren't able.
You have the safety and the move speed from the E, and you have, it's also allowed Gala to play Ghost when generally against Renata you always have to play
6.
Tarzan looking down here on the bottom side. Good initial damage. Nice pullback on the shockwave. Guma still standing for now. The bailout will buy enough time for them to get one kill back. Tarzan still standing, and that means Guma will fall. LNG find an angle on bottom side, but here comes the hostile takeover. Faker knocking 2, but the tower, it does not fire back. Owner does not have the angle to fall upon the Gala. He will just barely be able to find a Gala now, trying to make it out to safety. T1 need to get a kill back and return. Gala goes up. Gala goes down, but for now he is still standing. Finding the dissonance, finding the speed up. Gala making it out, and hope sparks anew for the side of LNG.
What a dive there.
Oh, as we might have another return play here from Tarzan.
Rinse and repeat, finding the lineup, finding the angle, instant damage coming through Felios. They can get the root as well, if they can find the mark. But nice counter punch coming in from Guma, using the ult to stop the play in its tracks. Gala continuing to step up. Desperate to get a little bit more here, but has to be careful. The mark now coming through. Var is good damage. Guma wants to finish it, and he gets it! Absolutely outplayed in the 1v1.
To get away, but T1 will take the objective right off the back of it. Hogging Gala around. Tarzan is sniffing, but it's going to be too little, it's going to be too late, so it's about the fight if it's about anything.
On to Guma, follow-up is there. Owner not going to connect, Zik on the backside. Hostile takeover is clean, and again, there's no cleanse available for Gala. It stops the play for now. Zika trying to find one. Owner surely should fall here. Still standing because of the bailout, but he will eventually die. LNG get the kill.
That is a big investment, though. Yes, they get the kill, but they lose.
Careful. Carry and Guma continuing to back up. 3 seconds left on Guma Yushi's ultimate.
There's no TPs.
Not without Iberis, cannot one-shot the wave.
Look at the Hex Gate. Faker's on his way.
Ulti available for Tarzan in just a couple of seconds here. Counting down, ticking away.
Yeah, they can't do it.
Faker going to try to cover early ult to try to make it out safety. T1 backing off, and they're going to kill. LNG linger for a bit too long, not respecting the burst, and here comes Faker. Tarzan getting shredded by the soldier. One more is going to do it. The Emperor of Shurima finding the double.
The double kill for the king of the... Bring it up here. There's just no way to contest. You look at the top lane itemization. It is not even close. Zeus monstrously strong, and Zika just still trying to scrape up the gold for his first item.
Doing what they can. Hung can't even clear the vision. Gala 1 item. He's doing all right, but he cannot face check in. Tarzan might step into the area just to try to attempt to steal, but it's too little, it's too late. Again, T1, the ones dictating the pace of the game.
Tarzan has been on the back foot right from the get-go, allowing Zeus to play basically an isolated 1v1, which with the Jace,
Faker
he's always going to win.
In the darkness, coming through, the pushback onto Zeus to the skies, dunked down, and T1 just running the rift.
His owner going to be chasing down Tarzan. He's got to run. Scout pushing out that tier 1 bot, but...
Zooming in. Ulti goes a little bit wide, but the second half of the root on the Chain of Corruption will catch. Owner wants to keep this 1v1 going. Scout now retreating. Scout now coming in. Stun goes in. The pullback nice from Scout, buying a bit more time. But now again, the follow-up. The steadfast presence. And who is steadfast if not T1 in the face of elimination? 3 back-to-back clean early games as they fight against LNG.
And the only saving grace there is Faker ends up going down. Free Drakes. This early on is Tarzan.
Tarzan! That's your side of the rift. Zeus backing away. Gala off to the side. He can root up 2. Follow-up autos there. Roots. No, this buying a bit more time with the hostile takeover. Now they're autoing each other. They're just killing each other. LNG, the fight instantly turned to beautiful Lucaria, but Scout can't get the damage. It is not enough.
T1 are going to keep the chase going. Faker's going to take the hex. They're going to have to find picks. They're going to have to find a miracle. But T1 have been so bulletproof in their advancement of the game.
Found Carrier overstaying. Will get cut down here. Not quite enough life.
You can't even get.
Phase rush Poppy, nigh untouchable.
The crown has been popped and T1 are starting the Baron. LNG, your year is on the line right here, right now. How do they get in?
Can they make it work? Tarzan stepping forward, frontlining. The handshake pulls them back. The Baron already gone. There's no fight left. It's still Owner goes in, finds the knockup on two. Zika in the back line. They're just forced to back away. But again, discipline is the story for T1. They got him the space to become the player that he wants to be, to become greater, as now Faker breaking in the mid lane. Again, Tarzan can fish for the pick. They might be able to find it here. Can they get Faker down? The pushback's still there. Faker trying to slide, trying to glide out to safety. The root is there. The damage follow-up is not, however. Carrier, the flash in, the handshake onto Scout. You will not take his mid laner.
Zea's pushing down the
Soul with a unhit Varus, Azir with Nashers, and a monster fat Jace.
And Zeus, full confidence play. There's no reason he needs to do that, but he does it anyway.
Zeus puts Zika 6 feet under, and he's looking to seal the.
But T1, it doesn't look like the pressure's getting him whatsoever.
Feels like a victory march down the mid lane. Inhibitor knocked down. Again, T1 taking their time, don't need to overcommit. They have the waves on their side, they have the soul on their side, the gold lead, every advantage they could want. No reason to risk anything. It is slow, it is steady, it is controlled, it is massive damage. Gallo firing back with the Inferno multi just to generate a little bit of space, but Scout getting chunks down. Don't even need a wave, just tearing through the tower as life bars shrink on the side of JDG, or LNG, excuse me.
Ridiculous, it's like 20 shock blasts in a row that this guy has hit. He's monster fed. And he is just having them
handshake
downloaded.
Back, connected down to the wall. Zeus firing up with so much damage down. Go Zika. The pushback is massive. Gala knocked out at T1, eyes on the prize.
And it's the God of Thunder. He loves his lightning champions, and Jace was always his most iconic. And in this final game, Zeus shows why he still pulls it out.
Final push now, LNG, one last desperate hold, but they've got nothing left. And even as every other LCK team falls away, Faker stays standing. T1 stays standing. The last light of the LCK burns bright, and Busan is ahead to the semifinals.
What a setup for semis this is, because I had faith in T1.
These were some of the best highlights from the Worlds 2023 quarterfinals matchup between LNG and T1. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.